Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now live at 4 on this Monday. Hope you all had a good weekend.
Beautiful weekend.
It was, except for the storms last night.
Yep, mowed the lawn for the first time this summer.
Yeah, a lot of people did.
Yeah.
A lot of lawnmowers running, so
Yeah.
get ready for some more rain, though.
Yeah, that's right. Gary will have that, or Dana will have that in just a little bit.
But first, topping the news today, as the measles outbreak grows to 23 states, Wisconsin lawmakers are debating a proposal to tighten vaccination opt-out laws.
Sun Prairie fire officials say a sprinkler system could have saved a life in a fire at an apartment complex last night.
And U.S. troops are being stationed overseas in response to threats from Iran. What Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and National Security Advisor John Bolton are saying about the move.
Let's take a look outside today. A little rain this morning. Now it's just cloudy this afternoon.
But the ducks are loving it. In the middle of a cornfield, the farmers are not. They're having a hard time. I was talking to Pam Yankee at the news show. They're having a hard time getting out in the fields to plant. So, not good news, because we're going the wrong way as the ducks took off as well. Dana Fulton is in the deck here. Weather patty. It's Monday. I always say it on Monday.
Hi.
We're going downhill.
Yes, unfortunately, we should be warming up, and that's just not the case. Yesterday wasn't too bad. We saw highs in the mid-70s. Now, we do have some pockets of sunshine along the western edge of the state. Here's a live look in Platteville right now. A little bit of blue sky. Unfortunately, above me, currently in Madison, we do have a mostly cloudy sky, and that's really what we're expecting to see through the rest of the evening around Madison. But folks stretching from Platteville up towards La Crosse may see just a little break in the cloud coverage and some sun for us. Our Doppler track is quiet. Now, we do have the chance for a few showers developing overnight, but nothing expected really for your evening. So that active night we had last night, don't expect a repeat performance for us this evening. Again, a very cloudy day, but we are starting to see a bit of a break on the western edge of the state. Still going to stay mostly cloudy, Madison east. We're about 56 in Madison, closer to 63 in Platteville, where they are getting just a little bit of clearing to help those temperatures hop up a little bit. Compared to this time yesterday, though, it is quite a bit cooler outside. A 15-degree drop for us in the last 24 hours in Madison and about an 18-degree drop for Janesville. Our breeze is coming from the northeast. For the eastern side of the state, there's some spots that are getting a little more northwesterly flow towards La Crosse, but our breeze actually anywhere from 8 to 15 miles per hour. It's not too windy outside, just enough of a breeze that you will notice it. Over the next several hours, our temperatures, of course, will drop a little bit. There's that chance again for a few showers. Not a great chance for us tonight. We're expecting temperatures to fall close to 40 yet again as we head into tomorrow morning. We will see a little more sun tomorrow, but another chance for rain really moving in by the middle of the week. We do have an alert day in the forecast now for Wednesday. I'll explain why in just a few minutes. Right now, I want to take a look at what's going on the roads. A first alert traffic update. The good news for us, most of southern Wisconsin actually sitting in a pretty okay spot. Right now, we aren't seeing any major delays along the Beltline, east and westbound. Just a few of the on-ramps actually seeing a few slowdowns. Of course, as more people hop on the roads. Verona to Mount Horeb should be a pretty smooth drive and around Janesville, aside from a few construction areas. No new spots to slow down at. 28 minutes from Janesville to the Beltline, 17 from Sauk City to Middleton, and 16 minutes from Sun Prairie to downtown for this evening drive. And depending on where you're at, you might need the shades, you might not need them. If you're towards Platteville, lucky you, make sure you have the shades on hand for this evening.
All right, Dana, thank you. We will see you in a few minutes.
Okay. Thank you, Dana. A Republican lawmaker is pushing back on a proposal aimed at increasing vaccination rates in Wisconsin.
The legislation is designed to be a protective measure as hundreds of measles cases continue to be reported in the United States. Rose Schmidt explains the debate over this between two lawmakers on this bill. Rose?
Yeah, so Republican Representative Jeremy Thiesfeld told me he likes Wisconsin's vaccine law as it is and believes government should not be forcing parents to vaccinate their children. But the bill's author, Democratic Representative Gordon Hintz, says he believes personal conviction waivers provide a loophole in the law that needs to be closed. Hintz's bipartisan bill would get rid of personal conviction waivers, but still allow waivers for religious or medical reasons. Wisconsin currently has one of the broadest exemptions in the country, and Hintz says he's trying to avoid any measles cases coming to Wisconsin amid more than 700 across the nation this year. Thiesfeld says he and his children are all vaccinated, and he encourages other families to do so. But he's a strong advocate for parents' rights and believes parents should have the right to make medical decisions for their kids.
Look, we're going to get an increase in the number of kids getting vaccinated one of two ways. We're either going to pass this bill or we're going to have a measles outbreak. And parents will run to get their kids vaccinated when that happens. And I'm hoping we can avoid that.
We've turned far too much responsibility that parents ought to have over to other governing authorities. and this one is just going a step too far.
Hintz also introduced the bill back in 2016, and it has broad support from a number of medical groups, such as the Wisconsin Medical Society and the American Academy for Pediatrics. The bill has not been scheduled for a public hearing yet, but Thiesfeld is the chair of the Education Committee, and he says if Assembly Speaker Robin Vos schedules the bill for his committee, its odds of passing are, quote, not very strong. I also reached out to Vos's office, but he was not available immediately for comment.
All right, the debate continues. Rose Schmidt reporting. Thank you.
Thank you, Rose. Madison police say a man who may be involved in a crash into the Overture Center has turned himself in. Police say 54-year-old David Pierce would not answer any questions and wouldn't say if he or someone else was behind the wheel at the time of the crash on Friday night. According to witnesses, a driver hit a traffic sign at the Overture Center and possibly some parked cars. Pierce faces multiple tentative charges until police can establish probable cause that he was in fact driving.
Firefighters are trying to figure out what caused an apartment fire in Sun Prairie last night that killed one person.
The fire chief says the older building did not have a sprinkler system, and if it did, they might have seen a different result. Our Amanda Quintana is on the scene with the latest. Amanda?
Yes, well, investigators are still here on the scene. We've seen a few residents come to try to get some of their things. You can see it's the top 2 units here that are destroyed. 16 units had to be evacuated because of this. Residents we spoke to said they didn't hear any alarms when the fire broke out last night, but what the fire chief is more concerned with is the lack of a sprinkler system. Because it's an older building, that is now required. He says many complexes in Sun Prairie are in the same situation. But when fires like this one spread fast, sprinklers can make all the difference.
I think that a sprinkler system keeps almost all fires in check until the fire department gets here. So you don't see fatalities with buildings with sprinkler systems. I'm not trying to put us out of business, but that's a fact.
The Red Cross tells me they did not set up a shelter, but they have been working to get in contact with anyone that does need help to help secure them a place to stay. Police have not released the identity of the person who was killed. The body was found in the second search of the building. Now at 5, we will hear from a man who had to be taken out of the building. He was asleep and he was taken to the hospital. Right now, he says he's feeling grateful to be alive.
Amanda Quintana live in Sun Prairie. Amanda, thank you.
Developing this afternoon, the U.S. is positioning the military in the Middle East as a deterrent to threats against Americans in the region. The USS Lincoln Aircraft Carrier Group and a bomber task force are headed to the Middle East. U.S. intelligence has been picking up warnings that Iran is making plans to possibly attack Americans both at sea and on land, including U.S. troops in Iraq.
We have continued to see activity that leads us to believe that there's escalation that may be taking place. And so we're taking all the appropriate actions, both from a security perspective and well as our ability to make sure that the president has a wide range of options in the event that something should actually take place.
We're not seeking confrontation. We don't believe that President Trump wants confrontation, but we know that there are people who are pushing for one.
National Security Advisor John Bolton said that, quote, any attack on United States interests or on those of our allies will be met with unrelenting force.
The House Judiciary Committee is beginning contempt proceedings against Attorney General William Barr for failing to meet today's deadline to hand over an unredacted version of Special Counsel Robert Mueller's report. Barr missed an earlier deadline last week and skipped an appearance before the House Judiciary Committee. They'll vote on whether to hold him in contempt on Wednesday morning. The House Oversight Committee is relaunching an investigation into the Trump administration's handling of disaster relief. It will focus on Hurricanes Irma and Maria in the U.S. Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. The committee says it wants to see if response laws need to be changed or improved. It will also look at long-term planning, advanced contracting, and communication systems.
More local news now. A new audit says tuition revenue at UW system schools grew more than $336 million over the last decade. The Legislative Audit Bureau found tuition revenue grew from $933 million in fiscal year 2008 to 2009 to $1.3 billion in fiscal year 2017-2018. As of June 30th, the system's unrestricted balances stood at $1.3 billion. System and campus administrators have discretion to spend that money left over after all expenses are paid. And to celebrate Teacher Appreciation Week, Half Price Books is giving away more than 2,500 books to nonprofits and schools who need them. The books were collected from the public during the bookstore's 21st annual Half Pint Library Book Drive, and Half Price Books matched those donations. Tomorrow at 2 p.m., teachers and volunteers are invited to attend the giveaway at the East Madison location.
Wisconsin's tourism industry generated over $21 billion last year. That's according to a new report from the State Department of Tourism. The report says visitor spending rose almost 5% in 2018. Most of the growth is tied to recreational activities, including large events like Brewers playoff games, Harley-Davidson's 115th anniversary celebration, and the annual CrossFit Games in Madison. Madison Opera has officially announced its 2019-2020 season. The company's 59th season opens with La Traviata in November, followed by Fellow Travelers in February and Orpheus in the Underworld in April. The season concludes with the 19th annual Opera in the Park in July. Tickets are available now at madisonopera.org.
Exciting season. When we come back, we'll head to the movies with our film critic, Will Loper.
We'll find out what he thinks of the new romantic comedy Long Shot. That's when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
You might want to check your freezer. More than 2 million pounds of P.F. Chang's chicken pad thai and chicken fried rice frozen entrees have been recalled. The meals may contain milk that is not listed on the product labels. Look for best by dates of September 26th, 2019 through April 5th of 2020. And Tyson Foods also just expanded a recall that they've had in place since March for chicken strips that might contain metal. The recall now affects more than 11 million pounds of frozen, ready-to-eat chicken strip products that were shipped nationwide. If you have any with use-by dates of October 1st, 2019 through March 7th, 2020, you should throw them away.
Asian stocks are plunging after President Trump's latest threat to further increase tariffs on exports from China. As the U.S. and China prepare for another round of talks starting Wednesday, the Wall Street Journal reports China is now considering canceling the talks. European stocks have also fallen sharply after President Trump threatened to reignite the China trade war. And those trade war worries took a toll on Wall Street. At one point, the Dow was down more than 400 points, but it did rebound, down only 66 points at the closing bell. The Nasdaq gave up 40. The S&P 500 lost 13.
After less than 2 weeks in theaters, there is only one movie ahead of Avengers Endgame on the global box office list. The blockbuster has worldwide ticket sales of $2.2 billion, passing Titanic for second place all time. Endgame is still about $600 million behind the all-time champ, Avatar.
What is the relationship exactly?
I used to babysit for him.
You babysat for him? Wow, time has not been kind.
I need some writers to punch up my speeches. Fred's writing is really good, and he knows me. Oh, I feel so scared.
Do you like date?
I mean, who wants to follow me around the world and hope I have 5 minutes to be affectionate?
Yeah.
We did almost just die.
We actually did almost die. We need to move you.
Thank you, Agent M.
That was a clip from Long Shot, one of the newest movies to hit theaters.
Is it worth seeing? Here to let us know what he thinks is our film critic, Will Loper. Welcome back.
Yes, I'm back into the movie theater.
Did you watch this on the plane?
No, I didn't. That would have been a good idea, though.
He was in China,
Taiwan and the Philippines. Yeah, I could have gone and seen the dub of Mandarin, but no, I didn't.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you very much. All right, so Long Shot brings together the pairing of Charlize Theron and Seth Rogen in a romantic comedy that brings the laughs and a surprising amount of chemistry between its two leads. So Charlize Theron plays Secretary of State Charlotte Field, who is planning a run for president. She needs a little help punching up her speeches with some humor, so she brings aboard journalist Fred Flarsky, played by Seth Rogen, to help. As the film goes on, the two naturally start to fall for each other. A number of obstacles stand in their way, of course. As Secretary of State, Charlotte's a little busy, in-demand woman and has to focus on her campaign and maintaining appearances. Her assistant, in particular, does not think a relationship with Fred Flarsky is a good idea, as she says potential voters aren't very open to the idea of a presidential candidate dating a potato in a windbreaker, as she uses a comparison for Seth. But gosh darn it, they have to find a way to make their love work. And if you're a fan of rom-coms, you'll find plenty to enjoy here, both the romance and the comedy work. Seth Rogen, he basically plays Seth Rogen, but Charlize Theron once again shows she can do it all. And together, the two make this movie well worth a trip to the theater or a rental if you want to wait.
Fred Flarsky. I love the name.
That's a great name.
Amazing name.
Is it funny? Is it a comedy?
Oh, I was laughing throughout, and they were good, hearty laughs, too.
Oh, good.
All right, so what's the rating?
I guess 3.5. Captain Crunches out of 5. It's the best joke in the movie. I won't say any more than that.
Ah, good tease.
Yeah.
All right, not bad.
Not bad. Very good.
All right, next week.
Detective Pikachu. Oh. What else do I need to say about that?
I think the title says it all.
It does, yeah. It tells you it all.
All right, Will, thank you. See you next week.
Guys. Yep.
Thanks, Will.
And we'll be right back.
With these
Take a look at this. Another weekend in Key West, another parade. This time more than 20 sculptural floats with moving parts, elaborately decorated bicycles, and other mobile masterpieces were featured in the annual parade that began at the Custom House Museum. The event inspired by the late Key Largo metal sculptor Stanley Papio, a recycled artist pioneer. Papio specialized in welded images that incorporated discarded car parts, appliances, pipes, and wire. Like Papio, most parade participants constructed their entries using recycled and repurposed materials.
How fun. It is always a party in Key West.
Always a party in Key West, every weekend.
Those bee cars, if I could have one, I would definitely drive that around town.
Really
Those are so fun.
That is very cool.
The 4th episode of Game of Thrones, which aired last night, was called The Last of the Starks. As all of them have been, it was full of shocking and controversial twists.
But perhaps the most startling was this. A modern-day Starbucks cup that was left in plain view during the Winterfell party scene. Of course, the internet lit up after the show aired. We know Starbucks is everywhere these days, but this might be stretching it. If you have the show recorded, the cup makes an appearance around 17 minutes into the show.
So this was just product placement, or was this a mistake?
No,
I think this was a mistake. I think...
I mean, it's incredible how much people had to see this and not see that.
And then yeah. Their eyes were just glazed over at that point.
Whoops.
Some set hand. Yeah,
pumpkin spice on sets.
Well, this week there are a whole lot of freebies available for teachers and nurses. Today is the start of both Teacher Appreciation Week and National Nurses Week. Arby's, Chipotle, McDonald's, and Sonic are among the places offering free meals and discounts to teachers. For nurses, Amazon, Cinnabon, and Disney are all offering special deals.
And 4 little ducklings are back safe with their mother thanks to the Belleville, Illinois Fire Department. Firefighters crawled into a sewer at Memorial Hospital yesterday to save 4 baby ducks. Afterwards, firefighters took them to the lake at Bellevue Park, where they found their mother. They're so cute.
Oh, it's that time of year. We'll have one of these every day.
There is a story every day on this.
Yeah.
You know, little ducks, sometimes they get lost. That's all.
And Dana Fulton is here. Mark and I always call her Dana Tyler because Dana Tyler was one of our former employees. And we have the same problem in the newsroom now with Chris's. We have 5 Chris's.
Too many Chris's. So we need some good nicknames. So
Dana's a good weather name. It's always associated with weather.
That's all it's going to be from now on. And I can't ball that.
I have no last name anymore. I'm Prince. I only have one name.
One name, that's all you need.
That's all I need. That's it.
Just like Madonna.
Exactly. You'll be a symbol soon.
Oh, cool. I like that. I'll be like a swirler. It could be a cloud.
A big low, a big high?
A big low, just like a big old D. All right.
Big D.
We do have some rain chances over the next few days. Right now, you may be seeing a little bit of sun coming through. Other areas, though, still mostly cloudy. We'll take a look at what's ahead for the rest of the week right after the break. So if we could switch over to Max 2, there we go. Overall, we did have a cloudy sky outside today. And that cloudy sky, of course, made me want to stay indoors. So I decided to head on up to Wanakee, actually. La Petite Academy in Wanakee had me come talk with the preschoolers this morning. We had a fantastic time, actually. These students already know exactly where to go during severe weather, what to wear for each season. It was perfect for us to just hang out inside. We also got to read a Peppa Pig book, which was super exciting, of course. So if you're ever interested in scheduling any sort of school visit, you can always just shoot us an email, weather@WISC-TV.com. It goes to all of us. So if you want to schedule one with me or Gary or Chris or Hattie or Dave, you just send it to that email or reach out on Facebook or Twitter. All really good options. Right now, our Doppler track is pretty quiet throughout the state. We do have some showers actually off to the west right now. Those showers, though, really expected to stay off to the west for us. There's a bit of a chance for a few showers to develop later on this evening and tonight. Not a huge chance for us, though. That's the good news. Our cold front that drove through those strong thunderstorms yesterday evening, now well to the south, draped through northern Illinois. That low pressure, of course, with a little counterclockwise rotation, sending us a little northeast breeze in Madison. That's cooler air moving in, and it certainly was cooler outside for us. That front is going to stay to the south. High pressure off to the northwest is going to steadily ridge in. That's actually going to keep our Tuesday pretty quiet. We aren't expecting any more rain to really develop for us for Tuesday afternoon, just a variably cloudy sky. Stay quiet for one day, and then another opportunity for showers is really going to slide through heading into Wednesday and Thursday. That temperature gradient there between Peru, Rockford, and Madison, you can just see where that front is draped on through. Moline at 73, Peru at 68, and then Madison at about 56 right now. So quite a bit cooler in southern Wisconsin, that warmer air to the south. And again, compared to this time yesterday, it is quite a drop for us, about a 15-degree drop in Madison. Yesterday, we saw high temps in the middle 70s. We're just not there right now. Overnight, we are going to have a mostly cloudy sky with that chance for some showers. By tomorrow morning, we'll fall close to 40 early in the day, and then in the afternoon, we're planning on highs yet again in the upper 50s. Variably cloudy sky throughout Tuesday, and then by Wednesday, our shower chances start to build on in. Early in the morning along the western edge of the state, we'll see the rain first. It's not going to creep closer to Madison until about noon. And we are expecting scattered showers and some heavier rainfall and thunderstorms for Wednesday and for Thursday. In fact, by the time this rain gets through Wednesday and Thursday, we're looking at anywhere from 1 inch to 1.5 inches of rainfall for much of Dane County. But notice from La Crosse stretching to Prairie du Chien, we could be seeing anywhere from 2 to 3 inches of rain for isolated areas. So significant rain coming through for Wednesday and for Thursday. Our ground is already pretty saturated, so we're going to be keeping a close eye on things for any sort of isolated flooding potential there for Wednesday and for Thursday. Temperature-wise, over the next 12 hours, we're, of course, going to fall for us. By 8 o'clock, we're close to 50, and by 10, in the upper 40s. Overnight, dropping close to about 40 degrees with that mostly cloudy sky. Any isolated showers that we may have will be ending overnight. They will be lingering with us into tomorrow, and tomorrow will be in the upper 50s. The variably cloudy sky is going to continue to be cool outside. We would like to see our highs just be a little warmer. Of course, our average highs mid to low 60s, and we're just not going to get there by tomorrow afternoon. Unfortunately, we're expecting those temps to hop up a little more by the weekend, though we'll have to hold on just a little longer. We have had an alert day in the forecast actually for our Wednesday, just because of those shower chances sliding on through in those temperatures. Notice on Wednesday, we're going to struggle to get into the upper 40s for our afternoon highs. By Thursday, we're back to the mid 50s, still rainy outside. Friday, we're going to watch highs land in the upper 50s for us. For Saturday and Sunday, we get closer to 60, low 60s on Sunday, but we still don't see temperatures get close to average until next week. So we are in for a bit of a cool stretch, a bit of a rainy stretch also. So keep the umbrella on hand and the rain jacket too, of course. Just a little windbreaker.
Walking the dogs on Saturday. Oh, spring is finally here.
I know, it was a teaser for us. I got sunburned on Saturday.
It was so nice. The weekend was great.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had several starts and stops so far this spring.
A little bit. It goes back.
Come back. Just tease. Sorry.
Yep.
All right.
Thanks,
Big D. Maximum Security, the horse that made history by being disqualified from Saturday's Kentucky Derby for a rules infraction, will not run the next leg of racing's Triple Crown. His owner is pulling him from the Preakness Stakes, telling NBC if there's no Triple Crown on the line, there's no reason to run a horse when you don't have to. An attorney has filed an appeal with the Kentucky Horse Racing Commission on behalf of owner Gary West. Maximum Security was disqualified for interference while turning for home.
That was incredible drama at the Derby.
It really was. First time ever in 145 years. Well, there's a celebration across Britain as Prince Harry's wife, Meghan Markle, has given birth to the nation's newest royal baby.
And it's a boy, as CBS's Terry Okita reports from Windsor, England.
It's the news royal fans in Windsor and around the world have been waiting weeks for. Prince Harry and his wife Meghan have a newborn son. And as a first-time dad, Harry can't stop smiling.
I'm so incredibly proud of my wife. And as every father and parent would ever say, you know, your baby is absolutely amazing, but this little thing is absolutely to die for, so I'm just over the moon.
The baby boy, who is 7th in line to the throne, weighed 7 pounds, 3 ounces. And Harry and Meghan are still thinking about names.
It's been the most amazing experience I could ever possibly imagine. How any woman does what they do is beyond comprehension.
It will be a couple of days before Harry and Meghan share their son with the world. The couple broke decades of tradition by keeping the birth of Britain's newest royal private. Prince Harry's mother, the late Princess Diana, started the practice of the royal reveal with the birth of her sons. Prince William and Kate also posed for the press with their 3 children on the steps of St. Mary's Hospital in London. But Harry and Meghan decided to celebrate as a family first.
I think we'll be seeing you guys in probably 2 days' time as planned, as a family, to be able to share it with you guys and so everyone can see the baby.
The new family of 3 have made their home here in Windsor at Frogmore Cottage on the castle grounds. The secluded royal residence will offer a bit more privacy as they raise their first child. Terry Okita, CBS News, Windsor, England.
Well, as you can imagine, betting shops say some of the top picks for the royal baby's name are James, Arthur, maybe Charles after the baby's grandfather, or Philip after his great-grandfather. Now we have something to look forward to in the next 2 days. We'll get to see the baby, yeah.
All right, still to come at 4 students at UW's School of Engineering give a kitty a hand.
They actually helped fit a cat with 2 new back legs. We'll have the story of Sergeant Stubbs the cat. It's an amazing one when Live at 4 continues. Here's a live look. Gray Monday afternoon over the UW campus.
At least it's not raining.
It's finals week.
Yes.
So there's no incentive to go to the terrace. You have to stay inside and study. That's the perk of a weather like today. A study published today in the Medical Journal of the American Medical Association finds sunscreen can enter the bloodstream after just 1 day of use. Researchers from a branch of the FDA also found the blood concentration of 3 sunscreen ingredients rises as daily use continues and then remains in the body for at least 24 hours after sunscreen use ends. Experts say we should continue using sunscreen, but the FDA study shows that manufacturers need to research whether chemical absorption poses health risk. You forget, it all absorbs into your skin. Lotions, too.
And Consumer Reports will look at the best sunscreens tomorrow.
Well, it's been said that a cat has 9 lives.
And there are a couple of cats in Oak Creek that, thanks to their owner, have a new lease on life.
Look at you go. Big stretch.
This tabby had 4 legs and no name when officials believe he was hit by a train in Chicago. But now, that's all changed.
They thought Lieutenant Dan was too obvious, so they went with Sergeant Stubbs. I just call him Stubbs, or Stubby, Stubby Buddy, Stumbles, Scooter.
While the severe injuries to his back legs might have meant the end for some stray cats, this guy's story was just getting started.
So when he walks, he kicks his right leg around to keep himself balanced. But mostly it looks like he's sort of kicking on a scooter as he goes.
When he was found injured last September, he needed parts of his infected back legs amputated. It left him with 2 different leg lengths and without pads, so he slipped around. The shelter that had taken him in, Community Cat, decided to approach University of Wisconsin-Madison engineering students to see if they could help.
Projects that the students feel a personal connection to, they always work harder for, and certainly it's such a sweet story that we wanted to help them out as well.
So the freshmen worked all semester on designs for prosthetics, even calling themselves Sergeant Stubbs Troopers. They took into account various factors, including that Stubbs once got out of a full body cast 3 times in the course of a day.
This isn't like a fake project where we're just like designing something. You know, this is a real cat. We're dealing with real clients, so we need to be as professional as possible when dealing with these clients.
In the end, they used a 3D printer to create them, as well as extra straps to help them stay on. They hope other cats can benefit from it.
I think the idea behind our prosthetics can be used further down the line.
Back at home, Schofield could only get 1 on him the first day.
Okay. We'll just see how it goes. It's a cat. You can't make him do it, so.
Schofield also recently adopted a second special needs cat, Captain Crash, a stray cat from Egypt with a developmental condition that affects motor skills. The cats are the first he's owned.
This is all I really wanted. I think I'm getting a much more cushy life. So I never know if Stubbs was a happy street cat, I don't know. But I know he's a very happy cat now. And this cat's a very happy cat now, too, so.
2 stray cats who landed on their feet despite their disabilities.
Doing amazing things on campus, aren't they?
Yes, they are. That's incredible.
Good. Those cats are lucky. They got a good owner.
Yeah, and we're going to keep talking about that, speaking of.
Still to come at 4, when you see an image of the Memorial Union Terrace chair, you have to think of Madison. They are iconic.
Well, now you can own a limited edition smaller terrace chair and help the UW Vet School finance a new building. We'll find out how when Live at 4 continues.
No major accidents to report right now. Always a good thing, of course, though we are starting to see a few slowdowns along the Beltline. Just at a few of the intersections hopping on and off near John Nolan, and the closer you get to Fish Hatch, also seeing some delays both north and southbound just on Fish Hatchery Road. Closer to Verona Road, we have some slowdowns as you're heading southbound, and then of course Verona and McKee roads right now a little messy in that direction, though. No accidents and no major delays, but if you do have to travel on McKee Road at all, I would add about 5 to 10 minutes to your drive. Mount Horeb has a few slowdowns. Verona, we're seeing some major delays there on 151 heading right around town. And around Janesville, there are a few stops downtown, but heading on 39 and 90, we shouldn't have any delays for this evening. 28 minutes from Janesville to the Beltline. Sauk City to Middleton will take you just about 18 minutes, and our drive southbound from Sun Prairie to downtown gotten a little longer, just about an 18-minute commute right now. That's a quick look at traffic.
All right, Dana, thank you. The UW School of Veterinary Medicine is fundraising so they can double the size of their small animal hospital and expand research lab space.
The school needs to raise $40 million to make that happen, and the Wisconsin Union is stepping in to help. Joining us today are Wisconsin Union Director Mark Guthier and UW School of Veterinary Medicine Associate Dean Christy Thorson. Nice to see you both. Thank you for being here.
And a chair.
And a chair. It's all about the chair. So, Mark, tell us a little bit about this special chair.
Well, we were excited to partner with the Veterinary Medicine School to help them reach their goal. And one of the creative ideas we came up with was how do we use the iconic terrace chair to bring awareness to their campaign, right? And so somebody thought, well, what if we painted it like a Holstein cow, right? And so that got us thinking, and pretty soon we came up with the idea of doing the mini terrace chairs. And we're launching that today.
So you don't buy this chair, you buy this chair.
Right.
So tell us about where all the proceeds will go toward.
They'll go to the Vet Med School and their expansion project.
Yes, so we are raising money to expand our facility. We opened in 1983, and we've outgrown our space, not surprisingly. We were built to see about 12,000 patient visits a year, and we're seeing now nearly 27,000. We've literally taken over janitor closets, men's lockers rooms, trying to find space to meet our client needs and our teaching needs, and we can't do much more with what we have, so we need to expand.
And people come from all over the upper Midwest to get treated, their pets treated at the school.
Actually, internationally, we had a patient not too long ago from Hong Kong that came for treatment, but 80% of our visits are from people who live in Wisconsin.
So will you be building a new veterinary medicine school, or will you be making an addition to the existing building?
So we'll be expanding. So it's an addition to the existing building that will allow us, as you said, to double the size of our small animal hospital, make significant improvements to the existing hospital, add more research space, lab space, because we're bursting at the seams all around.
So, Mark, why did you decide to come up with this partnership?
Well, the union really wants to be a great partner on campus with important initiatives to the campus, and I think the Vet Med School happened to be there when we started to have these ideas, and they said, we'd love to partner with you on that. So this is probably the first of a concept like this, and we hope if it goes well, we'll find another campus partner next summer, and we really would love to do some sort of signature chair like this every summer and bring awareness to what's happening on the campus.
That's a great idea. So how much are the chairs?
They're $29.99.
Okay, and they come in a special box,
They do.
with a special story on them as
I'm
well.
going to give you this box. We can get a shot of that, too.
There you go.
And they're available today through October or while supplies last.
And part of the proceeds goes to the vet school.
Absolutely, yeah.
So you could do something with the business school. You could have a dollar bill chair.
Could.
Just thinking out loud here.
Yes, we could, yes.
Well, we were thinking everybody might want a chair like this, but this is just an example of what it's, unless somebody wants to make a crazy donation.
Someone could probably make Christy an offer, right?
We can figure something out. I'm sure of that.
And you can get a regular full-size chair, too, right? A union chair in red or white?
Right. So the any day of the year you can get a red or white chair, full size, on the Terrace website, and that's where you can also find this chair. So terracestore.wisc.edu is where you go.
I think we have a graphic made up of that. So they went on sale today through
October or while supplies last.
$29.99. terracestore.union.wisc.edu, or at the Badger Market, right in the union.
You can buy them in person at either Badger Market. Yes.
Right. This is as much as Wisconsin as you can cram into one thing.
It is.
Well, good luck.
Yeah,
Lots of money.
Best of luck, too.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks for coming, and thanks for sharing it with us today.
Mark, Christy, thanks for being with us. We'll be right back with a final check of your forecast.
I'm here. Sorry
We're
about
waiting
that.
for Susan.
I was looking at the chairs.
The chairs are a lot more interesting. They're a little nicer. Now, if you're in Platteville right now, there is some sunshine. You're actually going to be able to enjoy this evening. In fact, if we take a live look at our Queen Bee Radio Skycam, again, some blue sky. Not a bad view again in Grant County, but unfortunately here at Madison, here's a look at our WISC-TV Skycam, and you notice those lower clouds still hanging around. It's a little gray outside, and that lines right with our visible cloud track. Actually, this cloud coverage really favored towards central and eastern southern Wisconsin. The west's getting just a bit of a break for us. Also looking ahead to your Doppler track, the good news, we're not looking at any sort of rain chance as we bounce through the rest of this evening. I can't say the same thing, unfortunately, for the rest of the week. Here's a quick preview at our precipitation totals. We are expecting anywhere from 1 inch to 1/2 inch around Madison by the time this week is over. But notice from La Crosse down to Prairie du Chien, we could pick up anywhere from 2 to 3 inches of rain with isolated areas. Right now it's quiet, but that rain is going to be moving in for us for Wednesday and Thursday. Because of this, we do have an alert day in for your Wednesday. It is going to be windy and chilly outside with occasional showers all day long. Over 1 inch of rain is possible just on Wednesday alone, and then the showers will continue into Thursday, but you'll want to keep the umbrella on hand for Wednesday. We really need some dry weather right now. It'd be good for the farmers, it'd be good for our gardeners, it'd be good for our dogs, but unfortunately, it really looks like we're going to be in for quite a soggy middle of the week for us.
Yeah, farmers are getting a little desperate to get the crops in.
Yes, so some sunshine this weekend right now. Looks partly sunny with a slight chance for showers. If we can keep pushing that shower chance away, it's going to be a little better for everyone.
Good deal. All right, Dana, thank you.
Thanks, Dana.
We'll be right back.
It's spring.